Hello, this lesson is a review of algebraic expressions for grade 10 academic class. We are going to review what you have learned in grade 9 academic math. So first thing, you need to know the definition of like terms. Like terms are terms that contain the same variable. If there is one, it means if no variable means the letter x or y or z or m, n. So if there's no letters, then you have only numbers. For example, 10, 20, this is no variables. And raised to the same exponent. So you have two conditions. The like terms must have first, same variable means same letters. If one term is x, another term, like term need to have x, not a different variable, not different letters. And raised to the same exponent. The exponent, for example, if you x squared, then the 2 is the exponent. And x, we call it the base. Okay, so that is exponent, and x is the base. X we call the base. And together we call it a power. So you have two conditions, same variable and the same exponent. We also call it degrees. And the following chart show you on the left column, all of them are like terms. And on the right column, they are not like terms. So we are all going to examine why on the left column, all of them are like terms. You see these two, we ignore the numbers at front, we just focus on the variable. So you have same variable x, and degrees are same. So you have two conditions satisfied. Then this is like terms. This one, xx, same variable, no degree means it's 1. By default, the degree is 1. So same variable, same degrees. And this one, you have two variables. You have xx, both got xx and the exponent 1. And for the y, both y to the exponent 2. So you have same variable, same degree for one letter, and same variable, same degree for another letter. Then they are like terms. And this one is xx, yy, same. The last one, no variables. No variables means constant. They are like terms. And this side, why they are not like terms, we have same variable. Yeah, the first condition is satisfied, but one degree is 2, another degree is 1. So degree not same degrees. And another one got variable x, another one no x. So this one no x, not same variable. This one x, one is degree 1, another one is 2, so not same degrees. They need to have same degree for same variable. And this one, x to the exponent 7, this one, the bottom, no x. So they don't have the same variables. Then they don't satisfy the first condition. So you have two conditions to satisfy. This one, the bottom one, no variable y. Okay, this is how you determine which one is like terms, which are not like terms. So the reason why we need to know the definition for like terms, because when we are adding or subtracting the algebraic expressions, you need to combine like terms. Combine means you are going to add or subtract the numbers at front of the like terms. So like terms, again, two conditions, same variable and the same degree. So for this one, it asks you to simplify. Simplify means in your final answer, you should have no brackets. Should have no brackets. left and also no like terms left. If you have brackets or like terms left, then your answer is incorrect for simplified questions. So for this one, we are going to see 4x. We circle this one and we want to find which is like terms with 4x. Then we circle that like terms. Then you will know which one is like terms with which one. So 4x, you have one variable x. This one no x, not like term. This one got x. And the degree both 1, so you have same variable, same degree 1, so they are like terms. When you circle, please also circle the sign at front because you are going to add the numbers with a sign at front. So 4 plus 7, use your calculator, you are going to have 11x. And for the plus 1 minus 3, this one you are going to have the same like terms, then plus 1 minus 3, adding, you are going to take the larger number sign. So 3 is larger number, is negative, so your final answer will be negative. Plus, minus, they are different signs, so for adding, you are going to find the difference of 3 and 1. 3 minus 1 give you 2. So this is how you do the question. So this is the answer for the first one. And for the second one, we are going to do the same thing. We are going to circle the like terms with 5x with the sign at front. So 5x, this one no x, no x, this one got x. And degree is 1, so they are like terms with 5x. Then the numbers at front of x, add together, you have 5 plus 2 give you 7. Then x. And here some of you may ask why we have two xx before, now we have only one x. You could think that you treat the x as a unit. So you could think, okay, x is dollars. So you have $5, then plus $2. The answer will be $7. So the 2 unit, you are not going to dollar squared. Units just keep at the very end. You don't change it when adding or subtracting. Okay. Then for the y, so minus 6y, variable, no y, not like terms. This one got y, and the degrees are same, both 1, so they are like terms. Then we are going to add the numbers at front. Negative 6 plus 2. So 6 is a larger number, is negative, so the final answer will be negative. Then different sign, so difference of 6 and 2 is 4. Minus 4y. Then the last one is a constant, so it's just minus 3 plus 1. Add together is minus 2. Then it's done. Okay. You could pause this video now and try the C and the D by yourself. Now I will continue. 3x squared. So you have x and also degree 2. So this one is x degree 1, not like terms. The x degree 1, not like terms. X degree 2, yes, they are like terms. Then we are going to add the numbers at front of these two terms together. 3 minus 5 give you negative 2. X squared is just like a unit. Don't change it. 3 degrees minus 5 degrees. You have negative 2 degrees, not squared. Okay, so this one x squared together, you treat it as 1 unit. Then after that, we are going to collect the x degree 1, they are like terms. We just add or subtract the numbers at front. Negative 5 plus 4 give you negative 1x. If you have 1 by default, the number at front of x is 1. You don't need to write it. So it's done. no brackets, no like terms. This is your final answer. Then we continue the next one. So you can pause the video, try the question D, then check your answers here. So now we are going to take up the answer. So 6x cubed, x degree 3, x degree 1, not same, not same, not same. So x degree 3, you have only one terms. Then you just copy it down. Then we want to, your final answer in the standard form is x cubed, then the degree decreased by 1, x squared, x, then constant, okay? We want you to write the final answer in this way. So we are going to do the x squared next. If you don't have x squared, then you continue with x to the exponent 1, okay? So this one x squared, this one x squared. Remember with the sign at front, okay? Then we are going to -5 plus 6 give you 1. Positive 1, just x squared. We don't need to write a 1 there. Then after that, we are going to do the x term. So 2x plus 3x. 2 plus 3 give you 5x. Then you have only the constant here. So -4, -1, the larger number is -4, is 4, so the sign is negative. Then you have minus, minus, same sign. You add the 4 and 1 together is -5. Okay, so this is how you do this question. Now, you could pause the video and redo A, B, C, D to make sure you are able to get the right answer. If not, then rewind this video and check where you don't fully understand, where you didn't do it correct. So when you are watching a video to learn math concept, you need to pause, rewind, and try it by yourself, not just watch it to the end. It won't help you to understand it very well. Okay, pause it, then continue. Try it, then continue. So part B. So in part A, what we have done is adding, subtracting the expressions and collect the like terms. Okay, like terms is the same variable with same degrees. So next one is multiplication, times a monomial with a monomial. Monomial means one term. What it means, one term, it means no adding, subtracting sign between the terms. So then you have one term, no adding, subtracting sign, then you have one term. Monomial, one term times one term. And although it is only one operation multiplication here, but when you are doing it with variables, you are going to do two operations. One is times, another one is add the degrees for same variable. So if different variable, you cannot add the degrees together. Okay, if you have same variable multiplying together, you are going to add the exponent for that variable. Okay, so this one first, multiply the numbers. This one, no numbers at front of x means 1. So 1 times the number at front of another term is 2. So 1 times 2 give you 2. This is one operation. And second operation is you have the same variable, the degrees by default is 1. If no numbers for the degrees, will be add together. So 1 plus 1, you have 2. Then you have x. Then the degrees of x is 2. Okay, this is a two operations, numbers times degree add, but for same variable. So we are going to try the next one. So numbers times 2 times -3 give you -6. And for the variable x, same variable, the degrees will be add together. So 1 plus 2 give you 3. So x times x squared, it means I have more explanation here why it's 3. So x squared means x times itself twice. Then you will see, okay, 1, 2, 3, you have 3x times together. The power, the degree, this number means how many times the base times itself. If you have x to the exponent 5, it equals x times x times x times x times x 5 times. Okay, then we write it as a base is x, 5, exponent means x times itself 5 times. So now pause this video and cover this part, the answers, and redo this question. Okay. So for this one is 1 term times 1 term, and you have 2 operations, numbers times degrees for same variable add. Then next page. Next page is multiply a polynomial. A polynomial means more than 1 term with a monomial. So it will be multiply the monomial with each term of the polynomial. Then you are going to have monomial times monomial, then plus or minus monomial times monomial. Okay, you will change it to the part B. Then you go from there. Okay, so let's see. X times x minus 3. Now between the terms you have adding subtracting sign, so it's not 1 term. You have 1 adding subtracting sign, you have 2 terms. We call it binomial. So it's multiply this monomial with each term in the bracket. So x times x, then minus x times 3. So no sign between the bracket and the variable, it means multiplication. Then you will see this is a multiplication, monomial times monomial. So number times is 1, degree add is 2, so x to the exponent 2. Then numbers times -1 times 3 is -3. Then no variables, you have only x left. Okay, this is how you change a monomial times polynomial to monomial multiplication, adding or subtracting monomial multiplication. So it's based on part B. Then we times this one. And also here, I want to explain further. For example, 1A, in grade 9, some of your teacher may show you this model. This monomial is one side of this rectangle, and x minus 3 is other side of this rectangle. And the multiplication of these two means you find the area of this rectangle. So for this rectangle or square, the area is length times width. X times x give you x squared. Then -3 times x give you -3x. Then you put these two together, that is your answer for this expanding, okay? You don't need to draw this box. You could always use this distributive property. So 1 term times each term in another bracket. Or we call rainbow method, okay? So for this one, we are going to use this monomial times each term in the bracket. Then it will be 4y squared times 2y. Then plus 4y squared times 3y cubed. Then each of them is monomial times monomial. Monomial times monomial is the number times together. 4 times 2 give you 8. 2 operations. And for the degrees, the same variable, the degrees I together. No degree means 1. So 2 plus 1 give you 3. Then we do the second one. So 2 operations for monomial times monomial. Numbers times together 12. For same variable, degrees I together. 2 plus 3 is 5. Then it's done. So now you could pause this video and try question C and D by yourself. Once you are done, then you continue this video, check your answer. Now I will continue. This times each term in this bracket, and now you don't need to write the middle step each time. If you could just do it directly, then you will save some space. So 7 times 1 give you 7. And W same variable, degrees add together. 3 plus 5 give you 8. Z to the exponent 4, no Z for the first term. You just copy Z4, no degrees to add to that one. Then 7W3, Z to the exponent 4 times Z to the exponent 6 will be number times is 1 times 7 is 7. And W, this one no W, so no degrees, add to this 3. Then for the Z, you have 4 and 6. Add 4 and 6 together is 10. That is done. Check if you got it right. Then the next one, times the monomial with each term in the bracket. So 5 times 3 is 15. X degree add together 1 plus 2 give you same variable. Okay, x degree add together. Y 1 plus 1 give you 2. Z for the first term no Z, nothing add to the degrees of Z. Then do the second one, 5 times -1 give you -5. X, no X, nothing add to X. Y, no Y, nothing add to degrees of Y. Then the Z, you have Z to exponent 1, Z to exponent 2, 1 plus 2 give you 3. Then it's done. So pause your video and see if you could get all of them correct by yourself. Okay, so this is a monomial times a polynomial. You expand it, times it with each term in the bracket to make it monomial times monomial. Then for monomial times the number at front and add the degrees to the same variable, the degrees together. Okay, and your final answer should have no brackets, no like terms. Then example 2. So for example 2, it asks you to calculate the perimeter of the following. So this one, you have 3 sides for this triangle. The perimeter will be, you add all the sides together to find the sum. Okay, so now we are going to add the 3 sides together, and it doesn't matter which one first, which one second. For adding, the order doesn't matter. So I will start from this one first. 2x squared minus 2x, then plus this side. Or you could add that one. It will be same. 5 minus 9x plus 12x squared. Then the last side, 3 sides, all add them together to get the sum. Then that is your perimeter. Okay, perimeter definition is the distance surrounds a figure. Okay, then like I said, we want to start with the x squared first, the highest degree first, then x, then constant. So 2 plus 12 plus 3, you have x, then degree 2 to 2, so they are like terms. You need to have same variable, same degree. You only can collect like terms together. 2 plus 12 plus 3, you have 17 x squared. Then the next one, you do it to the x term. Negative 2x minus 9x plus 5x. So all of them have variable x and the degree is 1. So same variable, same degree, they are like terms. Minus 2 minus 9 is negative 11, then plus 5 give you minus 6x. Then you have the constant 3 plus 5 minus 8. 3 plus 5 is 8. Minus 8 give you 0. You don't need to write it here, okay? For application questions, if it's finding perimeter, you just add all of them together. So if this one is 90 degrees, you may have some questions ask you for area. Area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. But this question didn't ask you, so you don't need to go further, okay? Base times height divided by 2 is the area. So that is for monomial times a polynomial simplify. And also you have learned this exponent rules in grade 9. So first one is multiplication rule. If you have the same base, the power times together, you are going to add the degrees. For example, 2 to the exponent 2 times 2 to the exponent 3. The answer will be 2 add the exponent, and I will explain why it's that. So 2 to the exponent 2 means 2 times 2. Then times 2 to the exponent 3 means 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times. So this is 2 cubed. And this is 2 squared. Okay, this is 2 squared. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5, 2 times together. Then we write it as exponent 5. That is how you write it. Then you will see it's 2 plus 3. Give you 2 to the exponent 5. That's reason is add. And for the division rule, if you have the power with same base, do the division, then 2 to the exponent, it just give you an example. Okay, 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times. 2 squared means 2 times 2. Then we could cancel the 2 out. Then you are going to have 1, 2 left. So we cancel that one. You will have 1, 2 left. So it means 3 minus 2. So 2 divided by 2, you have 1. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you have 1, 2 left. It's 3 minus 2, okay? You have 2 to the exponent 1. So for the division is the exponent, the degrees, subtract. And power of a power rule. So I will give you one example. 2 cubed, then squared. This is power of power. Then what it means, the squared means the base 2 cubed times itself twice. And also we know that 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. Then another 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. Then you count. This is 2 cubed. This is 2 cubed. Then you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have 2 to the exponent 6. So it's times 3 times by 2. So it's not 3 plus 2, not 5. Okay. So now we are going to apply these 3 rules to simplify using exponent rules. So this one, monomial times monomial, we do the numbers at front first. 2 times 4 give you 8. And because it is multiplication, we are going to add the degrees together. 1 plus 3 give you 4. So actually we have applied this rule to our part A. And for this one, we need to follow the bad math. So for the multiplying, dividing, you need to do from left to right, okay? So we need to do this part first, divide by x first. So this one, x cubed divided by x, same base, degree, subtract. You only can combine the same base, same variable. So 3 minus 1 give you 2. Then y squared, we don't change. Then this is multiplication. This is y again. It's not divided by y, only divided by x. Then for this one, we have x squared, no other x, so the degree not change. But for the y, you have y squared times by y is multiplication. You are going to add the degrees together. So no degrees means 1. 2 plus 1 give you 3. This is your final answer. So it is different from the expression in this way. If you have x cubed y squared divided by bracket x times y, then the answer will be different from this one because we are going to do the subtraction for x and also for the degrees of y. So 3 minus 1 give you 2, 2 minus 1 give you 1. So they are not same, okay? So it's very important to see where the bracket is. For this one, it's only divided by x but times by y. And for this question is to the power. So for this one, we are going to apply the squared to each term. So squared, squared, squared. So 3 squared, a 1 times 2 is squared, b 2 times 2 is power of power, so it's multiplication. 2 times 2 is 4. C, 3 times 2 is 6. So here, be careful. You need to apply this power to each term. And after you apply each power to each term, you will have power, so times exponent. And for this one, it's y cubed. If you have bracket, no operation sign means multiplication. You could drop that bracket. So this one squared apply to each third term. So 2 squared y, 1 times 2 is squared. Then we are going to do y, same base, you add the degrees. 3 plus 2 give you 5. 2 squared is 4. So normally we write the constant at front. So now you can pause your video and cover this part, the answer, and redo this example to see if you could get the right answer. If you couldn't, then rewind the video and see how you could get the right answer, okay, where you didn't do it correct. So this is for the exponent rules. Now we are going to continue next page. So for the next page is solving linear equations. An equation is a mathematical sentence that uses an equal sign to relate two expressions. When we are talking about an equation, one line, you have only one equal sign. So don't write two equal signs in one line. That is not an equation. That is a simplifying algebraic expressions. You could write equal sign continually, but for an equation, you should have only left side, right side, one equal sign for one line. So steps for solving a linear equation is, first one, check if you have any brackets. Try to get rid of the brackets first by using the multiplying monomial with binomials or polynomial to simplify it. And next one, if they are fractions, then we are going to get rid of the denominator. How are we going to get rid of the denominator? We times multiply left side, right side with the least common denominator. And after that, simplify means get rid of the brackets, collect the like terms. Once you don't have fractions, don't have brackets, then it's step 3. We are going to isolate the variable. Solve means you want to have your final answer in this form. The variable by itself at one side, then other side is a number. So we know our final answer, we want variable by itself on one side, so we move all the variables to one side and the numbers to other side. When you move them, you need to do opposite operations to both sides. Opposite operation means if before you have 8, you move 8 to other side, it's minus. If before is minus, you move it to other side, it will be plus. Before is multiplication, you move the number to other side, it will be divide. So if it's divide, you move it to other side, it will be multiplication. And when we are doing solving equations, we do the backward of bad math. When we are doing the regular calculation, we need to do bracket, exponent, divide, multiply, add, subtract in this order, but when you solve, you are going to do it backward. We do the adding, subtracting first to other side, then multiply, divide after to other side, to move numbers to other side, okay? So now we are going to solve each of the following. So we have 1x here. We want x by itself, so we don't want to see the 3. We don't want to see the 4. 3 is multiplying, 4 is adding. Look at here. We are going to do backward of bad math, so we do the adding, subtracting first. So we move the plus 4 to other side. When we move plus 4 to other side, it will become minus 4. Then you have 3x equals 25 minus 4 give you 21. Then we don't want to see the 3. We want to move the 3 to other side. This is multiplication. Multiplication opposite is divide. So you could write divide by 3 twice, or you could write divided by 3 once, but it means this side divided by 3, this side also divided by 3. So this is equivalent with 3x equals 21, and you divided 3 to both sides. But I don't want to write the 3 twice, so I write it in one long line, then 3 at bottom. So it's equivalent with divide by 3 twice, okay? So 3 divided by 3 give you 1x. So it's 1x for the left side, and for the right side is 21 divided by 3 is 7. Now you look at back, okay, solve a linear equation, it means a variable by itself. You are looking for the variable's value. This value will make this equation true. 3 times 7 plus 4 give you 25. And on your test, I want you to not by guessing, but do this in the algebraic way, okay? Minus 4 and divide by 3, not by guessing. So now we are going to do the next one. So the next one, we don't have brackets, we don't have fractions. We only need to do is isolate the variable by moving variables to one side. So this time you have x twice. And you need to decide which side you want to move the x. So it doesn't matter which side, you will have the right answer. So we may just move the x to the left side. So 3x, no plus minus by default is plus. So you move it to other side, plus becomes minus. So it's minus 3x. Then plus 5, we move it to other side, plus move to other side is minus 5. Then I will rewrite this equation. So 2x minus 3x equals -1 minus 5. Then these are like terms, same variable, same degree. Degree is 1. Then we are going to collect the like terms by adding, subtracting the numbers at front. 2 minus 3 give you -1x. You don't need to write 1, just -x is okay. By default is -1x if no numbers at front. -1 minus 5 give you -6. We don't want to see the -1 at front, so we need to move the -1 to other side. This is no operation sign, means -1 times x. Times moves to other side is divide. So you are going to divide it -1 to both sides. So I didn't write the twice is equivalent with -x divided by -1, then -6 divided by -1. I don't want to write divided by -1 twice. I just write it a long line, then -1 is same as this one. So -1 divided by -1 give you +1. So the left side is x. And the right side is -6 divided by -1. Negative becomes positive, then you have 6. And for the multiplying, dividing, if you have the same sign, the numbers with same sign, times or divide, you will have the final answer positive. This is for multiplying, dividing, not for adding, subtracting. And if you have different sign to multiply or divide, final answer will be negative. Okay. Then we are going to do the next one, or you could pause your video here and try the question C by yourself. Once you get question C done, check the answer here. So now we are going to see how we are going to solve this question. So we want x by itself at one side, so we need to put the variable one side. Minus x move to this side will be plus x. And -4 move to other side will be +4. So you are going to have 3x plus x equals 2 plus 4. Then this one, x degree 1, x degree 1, like terms, we can combine them. 3 plus 1 give you 4. And 2 plus 4 give you 6. We move the 4 to other side is multiplication. Do the opposite operation will be division. So 4 divided by 4 give you 1x. 6 divided by 4, if we do the lowest form, both could be divided by 2 because they are even numbers. Then you could have x equals 3/2. This is a simplified form, simplest form. Or you could just write it as in decimal, x equals 1.5. So pause your video, double check if you understand A, B, and C. 3 of them, no brackets, no fractions. And rewind the video if you didn't get the answer correct. So now we are going to do the question D. Question D with bracket, we need to get rid of the bracket. The reason why we need to get rid of the brackets because otherwise we are not able to collect like terms. So we times 2 to each term in the bracket. You have 6x plus 2 equals 5. And you will see once you expand it, it's similar with question A. And what we are going to do is we want to isolate x, we move the 2 and 6 to other side. And when we move the numbers to other side, we do the adding subtracting first. So add 2, opposite operation, move to other side is -2. So we have 6x equals 5 minus 2 give you 3. We move the 6 to other side is opposite operation is divide. So 6 divided by 6 is x. 3 divided by 6 is 1/2. Or you could write it as in decimals 0.5. And I highly encourage you keep everything in fractions because not all fractions is divisible. So this is for question D, and question E, you have more bracket, we just expand. To get rid of the bracket, then we could collect the like terms. So 3 times x plus 4, we have 3x plus 14. Then don't forget, plus 2x, you need to copy it down. And 5 times 2x give you 10x. 5 times -3 give you -15. Then don't forget this plus 1. Then after that, we are going to move the numbers to one side and variable to other side. You have xx, 2 on the left, 1 on the right, so we move the 10x to the left. It will be -10x. -10x. And move the 12 to other side. Plus 12 becomes -12. Then we are going to rewrite it. 3x plus 2x minus 10x equals -15 plus 1 minus 12. Then we collect the like terms. 3 plus 2 minus 10 give you -5x. And -15 plus 1 minus 12 give you -26. Then we want to isolate x. We move the -5 to other side. Do the opposite operation is division. So -5 divided by -5 is 1x. -26 divided by -5, negative division give you positive. Then it's done. So now pause your video and redo question D and E to see if you are going to be able to get the answer correct. If not, rewind the video and watch the steps again. And if you still have questions, please don't hesitate to ask for help from your teacher. So pause it. Then once you are done, we are going to continue. After you check your answers, then make sure you understand them. The next question. Next question got fractions. For fractions, we don't want to see the denominators. So how are we able to get rid of the denominators? We want to find the least common denominator. What is least common denominator is we are looking for a number. That number could be divided by 3. And also this number could be divided by 5. And it will be, for this question, is 15. So 15, you have factor 3 for 15, you have factor 5 for 15. So 15 could be divided by 3 and also could be divided by 5. And if you have integers, you could think that is a fraction divided by 1. So once we have this least common denominator, what we are going to do is we times 15 to each term in your bracket, in your equation. So don't forget you have 1, 2, 3. The adding, subtracting sign separate the terms. So 1 term, 2 terms, 3 terms. You times it, then I will rewrite it here. And for your homework, you don't need to rewrite this one. You just do the division with the denominator, then you are able to get rid of the denominator. Minus 15, 1 over 1, or just 1 is okay. So I just rewrite it 15 times each term. Then the next step, do not times the 15 with a numerator. Do the division. 15 divided by 3. Do the division. Give you 5. So this term is 5x. Do the division. 15 divided by 5. Give you 3. Then you will see. You get rid of the denominator already. Okay. Then minus 15. So actually, you could write the x in the bracket. So it's just one change. Okay. So 5x equals 18x minus 15. Then we want to solve for x. We move the x together, so it's minus 18. Then you will see minus 18 plus 5x give you negative 13x. That equals negative 15. We move the negative 13 to other side. Opposite operation is division. So divided negative 13 to both sides. I write it once. Then negative 13 divided by negative 13 give you 1x. And negative 15 divided by negative 13, we keep it as fraction. Negative, negative becomes positive. Okay. So that is the answer for this question. Now, pause your video and redo this question. After you finish your solving, check your answer if you get it right. If not, then rewind the video and check where you didn't get it correct. Okay, so this is all for today's lesson, and after that it will be the classwork and homework. So please do the practice on dirtmice.com and make sure if you don't have your device with you, you can do the paper pencil work practice site 1, 2, 3 attached to this handout. But I highly encourage you do the dirtmice.com, get an electronic device, because in future majority of our assignment will be on dirtmice.com. Thank you for watching. Now is work period.